Tonight, between high retirements and low recruitments, the Duluth Police Department is concerned about having enough officers on the force. Plus, a man is charged after a protest turned deadly in Minneapolis. Now, prosecutors say the suspect knew what he was doing. And turning a negative into a positive. That's what the Fond du Lac Band is doing as they use pollution settlement money to go green.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. The calls for police reform and accountability are taking a toll on recruiting new officers. A recent poll shows the rate of retirements in some departments rose 45% over the past year, while new officer applications are dropping. That's impacting police departments across the country and in Duluth. CBS 3's Natalie Grant shares how DPD is responding.
In February of 2021, Duluth Police welcomed a new class of 6 officers to the department. Now, as they start the search for their next class of recruits, department leaders say there aren't many applications. According to Duluth Police Chief Mike Tuskin, the department usually receives about 100 applications per recruiting process, but this year they have only received 39.
There is the considerable angst and scrutiny that police is under right now is contributing to fewer people going into the profession, fewer people even going to get educated about the profession. And so that has, of course, filtered down into our organization.
Chief Tuskin is looking for 8 new officers to hire this fall. He says the drop in applications reflects the drop in enrollment at law enforcement programs DPD typically recruits from. Regardless of the number of applications, Tuskin says it will not impact their hiring standards.
Whether they're extremely talented or not, we have our requirements, we have our expectations, and those never change regardless of the number of people in our candidate pool.
Tuskin is hoping to continue bridging the gap of accountability and trust with the community while welcoming more people into the line of duty.
The bright news for the city of Duluth is we have some remarkable officers that are young and really in wanting to engage our community and are serving very, very honorably. That will be the next generation of leaders in this organization. And so I think Duluth PD has a very, very bright future.
Duluth police plan to hold interviews this summer with the goal of making hires by November 1st. A bill that would set a statewide use of force policy for Wisconsin police and offer protections for officers who report abuse is in jeopardy in the state assembly. Republicans skipped over the bill today, saying an amendment was being worked on. That makes it uncertain whether the measure would be sent to Governor Tony Evers, along with others that ban the use of chokeholds and require the reporting of incidents when force was used. Some Democratic critics say the bills didn't go far enough to improve policing practices and address inequities. Meanwhile, the Republican-controlled Assembly is also planning a vote banning transgender athletes from taking part in girls' and women's sports. Governor Evers has said he supports trans students and will veto the bill, but lawmakers scheduled 5 hours for debate. Opponents say the measures are discriminatory and unnecessary. A cigarette started a Cloquet fire that sent 1 person to the hospital. That's according to an update from Cloquet fire officials today. The fire started around 9:30 Sunday morning at Larson Commons Apartments. The victim, Nancy Carlson, was trapped in the apartment. Firefighters rescued her, and she was taken to a Duluth hospital with serious injuries. There was no update on her condition tonight. Smoking is the leading cause of deadly fires in Minnesota. Cloquet fire officials say they're working with the state fire marshal to reduce those fires in our region. They say you should never smoke in bed or around medical oxygen. You should always discard your cigarette in an ashtray. Dave joins us for a check of the weather. Dave, we expecting some rain tonight?
Some towns are already getting it.
All right.
Part of the reason is the heat of the day, adding extra lift to the low pressure system working through our region right now. So here's a quick look at today's high temps. And they did go back up again today after a dial down yesterday. So a lot of places into the 80s, like International Falls, Hibbing, Moose Lake, Solon Springs, and Ashland, and close to the 80s for places like Hayward and Ironwood. And even in Hermantown. So with that heat providing a little extra lift, we also have a warm front working into the area, and that has culminated into a line of showers and storms that started up by Lake of the Woods and has been rolling across northern Minnesota here over the last couple of hours. Not strong enough to be called severe, trigger any warnings, but strong. It's a fine line between strong and severe, and there's still a 30% chance that'll cross your town as our night goes on. Here's our short-term forecast. 30% shot around the region tonight for that precip, and then for most of us it should go away fairly early tomorrow morning, and because it's being led with a warm front, we'll go into the 80s again. But the cold front of the low could bring another round of rain on Friday and take temps down, and I'll talk more about that in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. An Aiken County man will spend about 25 years in prison for strangling a woman to death. A judge sentenced Joshua Cardella of Swatara for second-degree murder. Earlier this year, he pleaded guilty to killing Michelle May in October of 2019. Her body was found on his property in Aiken County. Court documents show the two met on a dating app shortly before she was killed. Prosecutors say a St. Paul man knew what he was doing when he hit and killed a protester in Minneapolis over the weekend. They charged 35-year-old Nicholas Kraus today with second-degree intentional murder in the death of Deanna Knidek. Kraus does not have a license and has 5 prior DUIs. He's accused of hitting the gas pedal Sunday night and slamming into cars that protesters were using as a barricade in Uptown. As Esme Murphy reports, those cars then hit the protesters.
Friends and family say 31-year-old Deanna Marie Knidek died doing what she believed in, protesting for justice in the case of Winston Boogie Smith, who was shot and killed in Uptown on June 3rd by a federal task force trying to arrest him on an outstanding warrant. Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman admits the second-degree intentional murder charge against Kraus is an aggressive charge.
He was at least partially drunk. He drove up to the barricades on Lake Street. He decided that he was going to go over them and accelerated rather than brake, almost like a Duke of Hazzard's driving stunt.
Freeman says the charge is warranted because of what Kraus admitted to police.
He saw the barricade, knew it was a car, decided he wanted to go over it or through it, accelerated, knew there were people there.
Rumors about Kraus and the death of Deanna Marie have helped fuel tense standoffs between police and protesters in Uptown. Freeman says there is no evidence that Kraus's motive was in any way political, and the incident appears to be the latest and most serious in a long list of alcohol-fueled run-ins with the law.
We don't have any evidence that he told anyone beforehand, I'm going to Lake Street, I want to run over protesters.
The charges were announced on what would have been Deanna Marie's 32nd birthday.
Nicholas Kraus has been held in the Hennepin County Jail since this happened Sunday night. He's being held on $1 million bond. His first court appearance is tomorrow.
Because of his criminal history, Kraus could get a sentence of more than 30 years if he's convicted. A memorial protest was held for Deanna today in the Uptown neighborhood. 3 million Minnesotans have now had at least one COVID-19 shot. Nearly 2.8 million Minnesotans have completed the vaccination series. The 3 million milestone came as the state's other coronavirus metrics continued to improve as well. The state reported fewer than 100 new cases, both in the last 2 days. The first time those numbers have been so low since April of last year. Grandma's Marathon is just a few days away. As runners prep for the big day, marathon organizers warn about significant traffic delays. Various road closures will start Friday and continue through Saturday. Organizers are mostly concerned about the Can of Worms construction project, where Interstate 35 in and out of Duluth reduces to a single lane. Anyone in the area should plan for extreme traffic congestion over the weekend. Zach Schneider with Grandma's Marathon says people should plan for significant delays.
We encourage everybody to maybe avoid that area, especially on Friday as people are getting into town. We're encouraging all our participants to come up as early as they can. If they can be here Wednesday, Thursday, that's better.
Other road closures include Railroad Street, Canal Park Drive, and parts of Lake Avenue. You can visit our website to get all the details about further road closures and travel impacts. Part of the 27th Avenue West Bridge in Duluth Lincoln Park neighborhood is back open tonight. The bridge was closed to traffic for most of last year. Crews were replacing it as part of the Twin Ports Interchange project. Now, cars can travel on the bridge's westbound lanes. The eastbound lanes will stay closed through next week. The Fond du Lac Band is using money from a pollution settlement to go green. The band received $1.3 million from the Volkswagen emissions settlement. It's part of the billions the car company paid after lying about how much its cars polluted. The band has used that money to install 3 electric vehicle charging stations like the one seen here. The band also upgraded 2 plow trucks, 3 dump trucks, a septic pump truck, and a propane truck. It's part of the mitigation settlement, using the money to prevent future emissions. Band leaders say they want to do their part to prevent climate change, including reducing both fossil fuel use and decreasing emissions. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, after strong community feedback, a controversial education event will not be taking place in Duluth. Find out why next.
The normal high is 72. Today we made 77. Might go to 83 tomorrow. Then dial back down again as early as Friday. Will that be a slide or just a blip? We'll talk about the temperature trend coming up after our break.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, like this 94-inch Stephan sofa for $599. Plus, no money down, special financing for 3 years, and free shipping during the anniversary sale, only at Home Furniture.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park said so. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kind of got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Use purchase allowance to get up to 12% below MSRP on 2021 Buick SUVs. Visit your Lake Country Buick dealer.
Ahoy, me hearties! June is time for a mass-D fortune at Grand Casino Higley. Inside the golden treasure chest is $65,000 in cash and prizes. Be sure to be on deck June 12th and 26th, and you could be one of 70 Buccaneers to catch some loot. The top prize is $10,000 cash. And if you're the last standing, you'll make off with all the unclaimed prizes. Yo ho ho! Let's go, Grand Casino. Let your story begin.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Hi, I'm Kevin from ServPro. Everyone has a home project that they want to get to. Building a deck, building an addition, remodeling a bathroom. The problem is availability with local contractors. Why should you have to wait for months to get your project done? Call ServPro today for fast, quality, professional, reliable workmanship you can count on. ServPro, like it never even happened.
During Homeworld Rugs anniversary sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Get up to $500 off sale prices on any rug, $199 or more. Every shape, size, pattern, and color on sale now. Up to 46% off regular prices. The anniversary progressive rug sale at Homeworld Rugs.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
A controversial event that was supposed to happen in Duluth has been put on hold. That's after strong community feedback and venues that wouldn't agree to host. It's called the Raise Our Standards Tour, put on by American Experiment. On their website, they bill the event as a way to raise awareness of what they describe as, quote, leftist and anti-American agenda they believe has, quote, invaded Minnesota public schools. They hope to spread that message during a tour in 17 cities across Minnesota this month. That previously included a stop in Duluth, but that is now on hold after organizers tell us Northland Country Club and the downtown Duluth Holiday Inn told the American Experiment they couldn't host the event. In an interview today, the American experiment leaders stood up for their message. They said they hope to educate people about how changes to curriculum impacts how students learn about race. The American experiment spokespeople said they're disappointed but plan to bring the event back to Duluth later on.
I guess they're a little skittish about the topic, which is very disappointing. I mean, this is a free exchange of ideas. We're a think tank. That's what we do.
Superintendent of Duluth Schools, John Magus, says he also received a lot of feedback from parents and staff about this event. He says he doesn't support this group's ideologies or viewpoints. Magus is proud of the community for sharing their thoughts.
I think that the response that the community has shown, that they're not very excited about people coming in and spreading misinformation. I think that shows resilience and strength and focus on equity as a community.
Magus says it's important to look at our nation's history and how it shaped and affected culture. He says the district's goal is to educate their students equitably, regardless of a student's background. The Raise Our Standards is still holding an event in Hibbing tomorrow. It's planned for 7:30 in the morning. It was originally scheduled to be held at the Elks Lodge, but organizers say that location won't host them anymore. They've now moved it to JJ's Coffee and Cream.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Beautiful day most of the day, but now with a low pressure system working its way through the region, clouds have been on the increase all evening long, paying off some storms up north. Here's a picture coming in from just over Spirit Mountain here in Duluth. Our good friend Joe Boshi took this shot of the clouds increasing as the low gets closer, and the low's odds of payoff 30% in case your town hasn't tasted any rain yet. For towns that did get it, we haven't got any numbers in about precipitation totals, but the way we've been so dry here in June, boy, every little bit, we'll get it and we'll hold on to it greedily. There are a couple of rain chances coming in the next 7 days, and hopefully we get what we need, though this first go-around I don't think is going to be the golden ticket. Now let's talk about current conditions. Airport in Duluth right now at 64. And the relative humidity is 58%. A north wind is going 6 miles per hour. And the air pressure is at 29.98 inches of mercury. It's down just a little bit now that the lower is getting closer. Current temperatures are down a little bit too after sunset, of course. So going from 54 in Watersmeet to 67 in Ironwood. Wisconsin numbers run from 53 in the Bayfield Peninsula to 64 towards Solon Springs. Just a hair cooler in Superior. 61 Cloquet, 64 Moose Lake, 57 Silver Bay. 65 degrees for our friends in Hibbing, still 74 in Grand Rapids, but 66 International Falls. Tomorrow, thanks to a warm front, we're going to spike into the 80s for most of our region, but then in turn by Friday, a cold front takes us down back into the 70s. Doppler map right now shows that low pressure system leading with its warm front and triggering this line of showers and storms in northern Minnesota here over the past 4 hours. And like I mentioned a few minutes ago, that none of these rose to the occasion to be called severe and trigger any warnings, but they bubbled under, called strong. And again, it's a pretty fine line between the two. So watch out as these storms come your way. There's a 30% chance you'll get some of this action as the night goes on, as our low pressure system indeed continues to push through with that warm front. And by warm, I mean tomorrow we'll be into the 80s, probably with some sunshine. We'll be in between the fronts. It'll be Friday when the cold front comes through to make us cooler and kick up another chance for some showers. We'll show the odds for that now with our 7-day forecast after we quick eye up how much rain could come from this system tonight, and it still looks pretty pitiful for rain totals, anywhere from just a trace to maybe a tenth of an inch. Tonight in Minnesota, low temperatures, they will go from 50 by the lake to 60 towards Aiken, 30% storm chance. 30% for Wisconsin and Michigan, folks, too, with lows there, 55 to 63. Tomorrow, the rain chance may linger for a few hours in the morning for Wisconsin, Michigan, with highs 83 to 85. But it should be over in Minnesota fairly early, leading to a mostly sunny sky and highs away from the lake in the low to mid 80s. But that's the only day we get that. Back to Friday, there's that 20% shower chance, and we'll knock it down to 73. Stay that way through Saturday. Then comes Sunday, Kristen, and Monday as well. It's a better chance for rain. Maybe we'll get what we need to dry or green things up a little farther here and moisten things up just a little bit those 2 days. But temperatures will be the price we pay for that, because we could drop into the 60s by Monday.
Ooh, that's going to feel chilly.
You know, after 90s last week, that will feel chilly.
It sure will.
It's a
Grab my
two-week
jacket.
sauna.
Yes. Thanks, Dave. Still to come, President Biden called his meeting with Russia's president today positive. We'll have the details from the anticipated summit next.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Been waiting to book a trip to Wisconsin Dells? It's time. It's time for family. It's time for fun. Hit the road. You'll be here in no time. Big attractions? Big time. Tasty food? Dinner time. Giant water parks? We put our swimsuits on one leg at a time. Make it a good trip. Make it a great trip. Make it the trip of a lifetime. Ooh, I'm just about out of time. Well, it does fly when you're having fun. Wisconsin Dells, it's time. Go to wisdells.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me? They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to, like, get rid of the bags? And
Yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
See the largest selection of Carhartt in the area. Work clothing for men and women at Northwest Outlet.
Join Kristen, Kelly, and Dave as they go live from Bayfront Park for the William A. Irvin 5K to kick off Grandma's Marathon Weekend with special feature stories and live interviews. You won't want to miss out on the action. That's Friday at 5 at 6 on live local CBS3.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Both President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin agreed their relationship is at a low point as they went into today's summit in Switzerland. After about 3 hours of discussions, the two sides signaled the door is open to find common ground on a range of issues such as nuclear arms control. But stark divisions remain over other hot-button issues, including human rights and who's to blame for recent cyber attacks on the U.S., believed to have originated from hackers in Russia.
I pointed out, Tim, we have significant cyber capability. And if in fact they violate these basic norms, we will respond. Cyber.
President Biden says he told Putin critical infrastructure should be off limits, listing 16 areas from energy to water systems. He added the test of whether this summit was a success won't be known for several months. Kelly joins us now. Kelly, a big day for high school athletes here in the Northland.
Oh my gosh, from baseball to golf, Northland athletes showed up at the state tournaments today. All the action plus post-championship reaction is coming up next. You don't want to miss it.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, like this 94-inch Stephan sofa for $599. Plus, no money down, special financing for 3 years, and free shipping during the anniversary sale, only at Home Furniture.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Get to Hayward, Wisconsin for the 71st Annual Muskie Festival, June 25th to the 27th, presented by Adventure RV and Power Sports. Arts and crafts vendors, a grand parade, food, music, and fun. All that and so much more at the Hayward Muskie Festival.
At UCare, we've been all around Minnesota, and some of the people we meet are anxiously looking into Medicare options for the first time. Well, UCare Medicare Advantage plans are a great place to start. Most plans include Part D prescription drug coverage and come with lots of extras. It's part of what makes UCare the #1 Medicare Advantage plan in Minnesota for individuals. And lastly, don't worry. We're always here to decomplicate if you ever need us. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Good boy. You're such a good boy.
I think it's time we got a dog.
But my landlord won't let me have pets.
I've got an idea about that, too.
You've got big dreams and a bold imagination. Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
During the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, all Thomas Cole and Luxuria mattresses are on sale, like this Eurotop Queen mattress for just $549. Plus, no money down, special financing for 6 years during the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, the Cloquet boys golf team came into today with a good chance of making history down at the Class AA state tournament in Jordan, Minnesota. An absolutely beautiful day at the Ridges in Sand Creek for state golf. Here we go. Cloquet entered the day with the lead and never gave it up. Some great golf from 8th grader Carson Young, sophomore Carson Patton, and junior Jacob Walsh. But the big story of the day was senior Sam Baker. A huge birdie putt here on hole 16 as he fights for first atop the leaderboard. And then on 18, he needed up and down for a share of first place. Leaves it just low, so he goes into the clubhouse at 3 under. Coming up 9, hot on his tail was Beck Erholtz of Staples Motley. He needed birdie to tie Baker after a late bogey, but his putt to tie sits on the lip. So Sam Baker is your 2021 state golf champion. And for the first time, the Cloquet Lumberjacks capture a state golf championship in Class AA.
You know, I don't really have a whole lot of words for it. It feels great. I'm going to enjoy the moment, that's for sure. It's unbelievable. I'm so proud of the boys and just how far all of them have come. I mean, we had our 6-man step up, and he plays, what, 5th individually. Like, that's awesome.
We talked about it takes 6 guides, and it really did. I mean, sections, it was different 4 guys scoring, and when we got down here to the state tournament, guys that I was expecting to kind of struggle down here end up coming up huge for us. Carson Young and Jacob Walsh put together big rounds both days, and it really was a team effort.
No better way to celebrate. Congrats to them. And one team remains from this neck of the woods down at the Minnesota State High School baseball tournament. The Class AAA bracket continued today. Grand Rapids taking on St. Thomas Academy with a trip to Target Field on the line. It was scoreless into the top of the third. Cody Miller gets one past the shortstop to put the Thunderhawks on the board. But the Cadets responded immediately. Tristan Tilmeni goes over the head of a left fielder. Colin Walsh will score, and we're tied at 1 apiece. Grand Rapids was in another jam in the fourth, but their defense came up big. It always does. Double play started by pitcher Miles Gunderson, who was brilliant in 7 innings of work. So we go on to the fifth. Andrew Sundberg comes in clutch again. 2-run single extends the lead to 4-1. That would knock D1 Wichita State commit Ben Taxdahl out of the game as the Cadets changed pitchers. But this game was far from over. A sac fly in the bottom of the sixth brought St. Thomas Academy back within 2 runs. They added another in the seventh, but with runners on the corners, Gunderson would get the ground ball he needs, and that is it. Ball game. Grand Rapids is on to the state championship game on Friday night at Target Field.
We've all came together and we've gotten really close. You know, everyone can kind of joke around with each other. No one's hard on each other. It's all just fun and games, and everyone works so well together. It feels crazy. We've wanted to do this all as growing up, and now finally to do it as our, you know, younger part of the high school career and stuff like that. It's crazy. We got a couple more ahead of us.
Well, their resilience, because we started the year, we were 2-5 or 2-6 at one point, and they just battled through it. We played some games with 6 JV guys starting at one point. It's just been unbelievable run that they've been on, and to keep the focus and concentration that long, and they deserve everything they've gotten so far.
Grand Rapids will play Matamidi in the Class AAA state championship game Friday at 4 at Target Field. And the Twins in another late one with the Seattle Mariners at last check. They led 3-0, but it's still daylight out there on the West Coast. That is going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Little child, we're in a
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
From morning coffee runs to family trips, away games, campouts, and weekend projects. No adventure is too big for the Honda lineup with available all-wheel drive. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Dave, some folks are getting a little rain tonight, huh?
Yeah, and we all have at least a slight chance for it. We take a look at our latest Doppler map here and see a line of showers and storms working its way through the arrowhead of Minnesota, just up to the north of Duluth. So there's a chance the head of the lakes will get it, and it'll cross the border into Wisconsin and eventually the UP. But it all should be done for Minnesotans by tomorrow morning. Then a mostly sunny sky comes around, and since this low is leading with its warm front, we will be warmer. Even the Twin Ports will get towards 83 degrees for Thursday, but the other shoe will drop as the other front hits on Friday. That's the cold front dragging behind the low. Gives us a 20% chance for more showers and drops the high to 73.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.